Alright, greetings YouTube, sneakertube.tv, Twitter, sneakerplay.com, Facebook, everyone. It's your man Air Jordan 14, back with a new, well not a new video, it's actually a performance review of a shoe I've been actually checking out for quite some time here, and it is the Hyperfuse 2010s. As you can see in the Puerto Rico colorway. And let me jump right in. And I just want to spend a little bit of time on the construction of the shoe before I get right into it. And instead of your traditional methods of upper being sewn or stitched on or whatnot, in terms of construction of your upper, actually made of several different layers, kind of like bonded together. And if you can look on the upper here, aren't really any seams except the only stitching on the shoe, I hope you can see it, is right there. That runs right below the top two eyelets, and it's on both the medial and the lateral side of the shoe. But other than that, there's no real stitching on the upper. So it's definitely a departure from the tried and true methods of upper construction. Of course, the danger is when you kind of zig, or and everyone else zags, or vice versa. There's a risk of a misstep. And was the Hyperfuse a misstep? I'm going to share my thoughts with you on that over the next few moments. As always, I'm going to start with the inner because, as anyone knows, a shoe could have great traction, great cushioning, support, and all those things. But if it's just uncomfortable to wear, then all of those are non-factors. So let's get right to it here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it back so you can see, but let me turn the tongue down. As you can see, the area around the heel here is lushly padded here with a nice foam, and then the red material here where my hands are is a smooth material, and it's definitely comfortable to that area. Moving up to the rest of the inner, I'll turn it over. Hopefully you can see that's my hand there poking around in the shoe. But though there is a mesh back here underneath the uppermost layer, there aren't any raised seams or hard points or anything that's going to cause you problems in terms of casual wear or on the court. And I didn't have any issues like that throughout my wearing of the shoe. Moving to the tongue is actually integrated into the inner, and if you will look, hopefully you can tell, but of course at the top and then throughout the tongue here, well, you can see it right there and then right there. Of course you've got holes for heat dissipation, but also it's padded so the laces don't cause any pressure across the top of your instep. And so the inner is very well constructed, and like I said, very, very comfortable to wear. Moving down to the cushioning system, you see it's got zoom in the heel and in the forefoot, and it's very responsive. These are actually very comfortable even right out of the box. It's very comfortable and does provide very responsive, low profile cushioning in the court fit. Of course, with most Zoom Air shoes is very good, and the Hyperfuse excels in that area. I was very, very pleased with that, as well as in terms of augmentation with foam in the midsole. It does not only give you that responsiveness, but it does a very good job of impact protection, and I didn't experience any pain or anything like that while playing in the shoe. In terms of ankle support, like I said, anyone who's worn, for instance, just off the top of my head, the LeBron 7, knows that heel slip can really throw off a shoe, and you know, could be kind of dangerous. And it's just annoying to have that flopping around on your ankle there. Because of this material in conjunction with the upper back here, provides a definite lockdown fit at the heel, and I didn't experience neither any heel slip on the back or any front to back or shifting around of my foot inside the shoe. Also, as you can see, and moving up to this has got a fairly straightforward lacing system, you know, with very traditional, you know, no hidden eye stays or gilly lacing or anything like that. And it does a great job of providing a lockdown fit. Particularly, one of the areas that really impressed me was the fit across the midfoot and over top here. I was very, very impressed because on my first wearing, while, you know, pretty good, you know, I was just like, you know, it's all right, you know, it does the job, but it just seemed like, you know, something wasn't quite where I wanted it to be. But I noticed for some reason, on my second wearing, it got dramatically better. To the point, even when I put them on, I was like, wow. You know, you really feel it. I mean, to me, I thought the Air Jordan 17, in terms of midfoot fit, was one of the best shoes I'd ever worn, and this is right up there with it, without some of the weight and clunkiness of that shoe. But this does a great job, and from that second wearing on, fit around the midfoot and the upper overall remained at that level, which was a very high one. So fit is very good, and the thinness of the Hyperfuse construction in the upper, you know, even though, as you can see, there is some mesh here, the material, it's almost kind of will remind you of a very thin or a faux foam-posite material, but it's not very heavy. It bends and flexes very well with your foot and doesn't create any hard points where it bends. I don't know if you can look. I've worn these in several rough and tumble games, and as you can see, it held up very well. Whoops, sorry about that. But like I said, it held up very, very well. So the upper works in conjunction with your foot, and in terms of the lacing and everything, provides a really, really good fit. In terms of your traction, as you can see, it's got up here at the forefoot essentially a herringbone pattern, and then moving down here in this area, it's kind of a modified. It's bigger, and then I don't even know what you call this on the outrigger here. Excuse me. All in all, the traction on these, I was very, very impressed with and very pleased with. Didn't, you know, in terms of sliding or anything like that, I didn't feel any slippage. And you know, those moments when you try to make a quick move, or you know, if you've got and you push off real quick, if your shoe doesn't get good traction, you know, you're going to slip, and that response, that extra second that it takes to do that and recover, that's going to lose you some time and definitely allow the defense to recover. And while wearing these, didn't have any issues with the traction. Traction was very, very, very good. It started off good, and then remained very good for all of my wearings of the shoe. As you know, I've been hooping in a lot of low tops, you know, the Hyper Dunk 2009 lows, the Kobe 5s and 6s. And one of the things, this, in terms of ankle support, like I said, is good. I didn't experience any problems with it tipping over or wanting to roll over on lateral cuts. And of course, as you can see, I hope it shows up, but right here, you've got a lateral outrigger, and that really aids in the overall stability of the shoe, though it is lightweight. Stability is important in a shoe such as this, aimed at, quicker guards and things, folks like that are on the move. So, like I said, the ankle support is very, very, very good. Heat, of course, as you can see, with it being a very open shoe in terms of having that mesh, and you've got plenty of venting holes here. Heat buildup in these really wasn't a problem. I didn't notice any excess heat buildup in the shoe. So all of these, the openness, I like to call it, of the upper does a very, very good job of dissipating heat, and you don't have to worry about if you have sweaty feet or anything like that. It's not, heat buildup won't be an issue in this shoe. So in wrapping up, I definitely enjoyed my time in the Hyperfuse. It was a shoe I did enjoy playing in. I think all the overall positives definitely outweigh the negatives. I can't really think of one glaring defect, and maybe it was just my foot. It was a slight one. The tongue is not sharp or anything like that, but I've noticed now with certain shoes it's better for me to wear a higher cut of sock. Just for sometimes it can rub up against. It could just be a one-off issue. But then I wear oftentimes compression pants as well. So once I did that in one of my wearings, it wasn't an issue. So if you wear low cut or no-show socks, I would say try it out and see, if you have any issues, and then so maybe perhaps the ankle socks, and then you should be good to go from there. But other than that, definitely a solid shoe. It's very, very light. This is 13.3 ounces in a size 11. The traction is very, very good. The traditional herringbone pattern does a good job of moving you where you need to go on cuts and playing defense without moving around. The fit around the upper is great. Didn't really have any issues on that. So if you're a quicker guard or forward, I would definitely recommend this shoe. To you. It can deliver the goods on everything that you need out of a shoe. Of course, if you're a bigger player, of course you may want to look at certain other options, maybe perhaps the Air Max Flyby, which is kind of the beefier cousin, in my opinion, of the Hyperfuse, or some of the other things out there, perhaps a LeBron 8, and there are many other options out there. I don't know. I don't have really wide feet, so I don't know. If you have wide feet, you may want to try that out. Maybe go up half a size bigger if your foot is abnormally wide or something. But other than that, it is a great shoe. I would definitely recommend it. To, like I said, those quicker players who are definitely looking for a shoe that can deliver in a lightweight, well-cushioned package, who, again, maybe can't, for whatever reason, get over the mental stigma of playing in a low top. So definitely give this shoe 2 thumbs up. Of course, now with the Hyperfuse 2011s on the horizon, you can probably find these, even though these are not an old shoe. You can still find them probably at a reasonable price. So if you can, definitely recommend them. Check them out. They'll definitely treat you right. So I'm going to go ahead and close the lid on this review here. I'll give you one last look at them. These are Hyperfuse 2010 mids again. And I'm going to go ahead and close the lid on this review. As always, I appreciate everyone who's been rating and commenting and subscribing on the videos. It's much appreciated. Do appreciate you taking the time out to do so. Do apologize, the video is running a little long, but I try to be as detailed as possible in the review. So perhaps if the length of the videos are a problem, I'll work on it. Try to be a little more concise. But thank everyone for watching the videos. I want to wish you, much peace and prosperity, many blessings, and stay tuned. Got some more things coming. Got a whole lot of reviews coming. I've been wearing some other shoes, so be on the lookout for that. I do want to do a quick update on Volume 14. I've actually had to hunt down a couple of pairs of 14s, and that's really what's holding up the process. So once I track those down, I can go ahead and do that video. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thanks for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll catch you all later.